اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. دبستان ادب کے دیکھنے اور سننے والوں کو رزین حیدر مظہر کا سلام. ناظرین، آج کا یہ مقابلہ ہم اقبال کے 2 اشعار سے شروع کریں گے. اقبال فرماتے ہیں کہ دیار عشق میں اپنا مقام پیدا کر، نیا زمانہ نئے صبح و شام پیدا کر، خدا اگر دل فطرت شناس دے تجھ کو، سکوت لالہ و گل سے کلام پیدا کر. ناظرین، پاکستان کی تاریخ میں ٹی وی سکرین پہ پہلی مرتبہ انگلش کے ڈیکلیمیشن کا مقابلہ ہوا ہے، اور یہ اعزاز سٹار ایشیا نیوز کو ہی حاصل ہے کہ اس نے اس روایت کی بنیاد رکھی. آج انگلش کا فائنل ہے اور ہمارے ساتھ 6 مقررین شریک ہیں اس فائنل کے اندر. سب سے پہلے بڑھتے چلتے ہیں اپنے منصفین کے جانب. آج ہمارے پہلے منصف ہیں جناب علی ارشد، جو کہ یونیورسٹی آف لاہور ڈیبیٹنگ سوسائٹی کے صدر بھی رہ چکے ہیں اور ڈیبیٹنگ سرکٹ کے اندر آپ کا ایک اپنا مقام ہے. ہمارے دوسرے منصف ہیں جناب فہد وسیم صاحب، جو پہلے بھی ہمارے ساتھ اس مقابلے میں شریک تھے، اور آپ ڈیبیٹنگ سرکٹ کے اندر کسی بھی تعارف کے محتاج نہیں. آپ دونوں نے اپنے قیمتی وقت سے وقت نکال کے یہاں پہ تشریف لایا، آپ لوگوں کا بہت شکریہ سر. ناظرین، بڑھتے چلتے ہیں اپنے پہلے مقرر کی جانب. آج کے اس مقابلے کے پہلے مقرر ہیں سائم عالم دورانی، جن کا تعلق یونیورسٹی آف لاہور سے ہے، اور ان کی مزاحیہ تقریر کا عنوان ہے Whenever I find the key to success, the lock is changed. جی سائم.
Ladies and gentlemen, whenever I find the key to success, the lock is changed. And that is a fact. Let me tell you how. Ladies and gentlemen, I am from University of Lahore, a university which is very famous for its co-education. And in my university, if you think that hard work is the key to success, believe me, ladies and gentlemen, you are Jon Snow. You know nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came to University of Lahore, I also thought that hard work is the key to success. So I started working very hard, ladies and gentlemen. I started studying hard. My teachers were very happy with me, and I thought that I have the key to unlock a 4 CGPA. But just then, the lock changed. And by this lock, I mean the behavior of the teachers changed with me. And after failing the exam, I got to realize that the correct key to unlock a 4 CGPA is TC of the teachers. And by TC, I mean taking care of the teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, I always believed that if you want to become a successful person, you need to have 2 things in life. You need to be rich, and you need to be handsome. Well, if you are a speaker, you need nothing of that sort. So ladies and gentlemen, I decided to become a speaker. I started working very hard on my humorous speaking skills, ladies and gentlemen. On the other hand, I started working night shifts to earn money. I thought that I am just about to become successful. The key to success is in my hands, ladies and gentlemen. But just then, I got the opportunity to come to Star Asia, and the lock changed. I got to see this, the monster among men, the burden on this news channel. He can't even afford a bicycle, ladies and gentlemen, and his looks, OMG, he looks like Jadoo from Koi Mil Gaya. And would you believe me, ladies and gentlemen, this person has a girl too. I mean, to hell with all the romantic singers out there. And I feel really, really sorry for that girl. Ladies and gentlemen, I once believed that if you want to have a successful position in an event, if you want to become prominent in an event, then the key to success is good dressing, expensive branded suits, ladies and gentlemen. So ladies and gentlemen, I decided to go to Emporium Mall to buy some good suits from me. I literally spent 25,000 rupees on what I'm wearing. I thought that I've bought the key to success in 25,000 rupees. But when I got to come to Star Asia, ladies and gentlemen, the lock changed. Because I realized that you can even wear suits from Landa and become the most honorable person in the room. Ladies and gentlemen, trust me. Here is the example. Look at him. Suit worth of rupees 300. Face worth of rupees 50. Personality worth of rupees 20. And ladies and gentlemen, this man is still the most honorable person in this room. I mean, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I always had a dream. I had a dream that my life would be like the seasons or the movies of Hollywood. So ladies and gentlemen, I started working very hard. I started working hard to spice up things. I added interesting characters in my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I even defended a girl who I thought would become the heroine of my life, the heroine of this season of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, I thought that I have the key to success in my hands and I am about to become a successful man. But just then, the climax came and the lock changed, ladies and gentlemen. And now my life is like the season of Game of Thrones. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, every character of that season is present in my life. Let's start from Mr. Razeen Haider, the Tyrion Lannister, who's got amazing speaking skill but is still hated by everyone. Then my crush, the mother of dragons. The dragons are her brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, she's my crush and she's in love with Jon Snow, who is my best friend. But eventually she'll get married to Khal Drogo, who is her Popo's son. And me, ladies and gentlemen, look at me. I am Sam in the movie, who is here to clean everyone else's shit, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you all.
یہ تھے سائم عالم دورانی جن کا تعلق یونیورسٹی آف لاہور سے تھا اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 4 منٹ اور 34 سیکنڈ. ہمارے آج کے اس مقابلے کی اگلی مقررہ ہیں زینب طلعت جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے ہے اور ان کی تقریر کا عنوان ہے وی ڈائی بٹ نیور سرنڈر. جی زینب.
Coming on this podium, a platform for me to bring in narratives that are most crucial. I realize the pressure of voices that would want me to talk about them. But today I cannot help but dedicate an ode to the people who were never glorified. This is a tribute to those whose unwavering beliefs of their justice and right has pushed them to fight till their death, to never surrender against all the odds. Ladies and gentlemen, today more than ever, we are hearing a unilateral agenda of supremacy of democracy and human rights for Palestinians, yet most of them fall on unheard ears. For ladies and gentlemen, if we flip the pages of history, we get to know the universal truth, and that is, where Palestinians could not prevail, their ideas and their sentiments always did, making their fight immortal. They would rather end than bend to forever immortalize the idea of a free nation, a free country, and hence Palestinians die, but they never surrender. What the President saw? The land of Palestine is an embodiment of resilient force, where freedom was ruthlessly slaughtered. Strong men rose to bring it back to life, never failing, never surrendering, all for the sake of their honor. Where Israeli murdered 100 Palestinian families in Sheikh Jarrah, thousands took their places, never failing, never surrendering, all for the sake of their sovereignty. Where swords met the necks of innocents like Ayad Halak, Sami Fateh, Rashid Abu, Saad Odi, yet thousands carried their ideas much stronger than the killer held the sword, never failing, never surrendering, all for the sake of their freedom and liberty. Where 100 Palestinian women, resistant fighters like Shadi Abu Ghazala, Dalala Maghrabi, who stood against oppression under the Israeli military, never failing, never surrendering, all for the sake of their right to live. Where the essence of humanity was sent to gallows, people died, but they never surrendered, all for the sake of their integrity. Their right and their privilege to live and stand had to be won, but not just in this lifetime, but by the blood and sweat of the innocents who passed generations before them, giving but never losing up hope, dying but never surrendering, all because of their inherent and unshackling resilience. For surrender is never an option for nations aspiring for dignity, demanding basic human rights, and seeking kindness in the most pit-dark places. Were the President. So today, I would become the mouthpiece for the downtrodden, and I would raise my voice for presenting an ode. This is an ode to the undefeated people of Sparta who die but never surrender. This is an ode to strong and resilient people of Hazara who die but never surrender. This is an ode to unbreakable Kashmiris who die but never surrender. This is an ode to journalists and activists who are silenced, die but never surrender. This is an ode to Uyghurs who never lost their identity to Chinese nationalism, die but never surrender. For all we know that from the belly of the beast, no justice, no peace. They might have physically died, but they never did surrender. Though apparently it is difficult to achieve resilience, but it is achievable if we do not dwell on our failures, just how our ancestors did to set us free from colonial oppression. Having a resilient mind, strong determination, and immediate action can make all the difference, no matter what the oppressor might bring, be it silence, be it barricades, be it bullets, or be it tanks. Letting them dominate us must never be an option. And the struggle to achieve peace and justice and to deconstruct system of oppression must never end to bring forth a revolutionary world. For we must never surrender, even if we die. I thank you all.
یہ تھیں زینب طلت جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی آف لاہور سے تھا اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 4 منٹ اور 58 سیکنڈ. ہمارے آج کے اس مقابلے کے ریکارڈ نہیں ہوا بولوں لگا لے مجھ سے غلطی ہو گئی تھی. یہ تھیں زینب طلت جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے تھا اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 4 منٹ اور 58 سیکنڈ. ہمارے آج کے اس مقابلے کے اگلے مقرر ہیں مشہود احمد جن کا تعلق UMT لاہور سے ہے اور ان کی تقریر کا عنوان ہے اٹ آل سٹارٹس ود اے بیڈ ڈیسیژن. جی مشہود.
The mental torture and the mental awkwardness before recording a speech is real. Ladies and gentlemen, as a humorous speaker, I will spread positivity by my content and by my presence. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, arranging initials during Ramadan and finals after Ramadan, isn't it a good decision? I guess it is a good decision. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the story of my life. Today, I woke up. I wanted to come on the sets of Star Asia News. I was speeding as I was getting late. The policeman on Amir Chowk stopped me and said, "Son, papers." I said, "Sir, scissors," and got away. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as I came here, I watched Mr. President trying to grab a pen. Suddenly, I recalled that theory of mine, which used to say that if you will lose a pen, you will die. I'll tell you how. Because no pen, no studies. No studies, no notes. No notes, no exams. No exams, failure. Failure, no diploma. No diploma, no work. No work, no money. No money, no honey. No honey, no children. Alone. Alone, depression. Depression, sickness. Sickness, death. Hence, don't ever make a grave mistake of losing your pen. Tighten your grips of pens, obviously. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move forward. Let me tell you, Lahore is a very beautiful city, but its zoo tragedy can never be forgotten. As few days back, a monkey made a grave mistake of escaping zoo. Until now, he would have probably traveled the entire Lahore. So how was Lahore, Mr. President? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's forget it. I will tell you the story of my life again. It all started with a bad decision. I used to live in London, but then I left London because one day, one of my friends took me to a coffee company, and when the waiter there came to him to ask him about his order, He said, I will have the double roasted 220 half soy non-fatty decaf organic chocolate brownie ice vanilla double shot of gingerbread frappuccino extra hot with 1 sweet and low and 1 Nutri-Sweet and some sprinkles of ice over. I couldn't resist that mental torture being a middle classian. So I left London. Ladies and gentlemen, I left London and I shifted to Faisalabad because I wanted to be a great humorous speaker. But that was a grave mistake because when I went there, I saw a kid. I said, hey kid, come here. Do you know about Ghanta Ghar? He looked at my face for 5 minutes and said, sir, look at your face in mirror. You will know where Ghanta Ghar is. Asking him about Ghanta Ghar was a bad decision. Ladies and gentlemen, while I was having this discussion, suddenly I saw a girl. I said, Mashallah. Ever since I've been saying Inshallah, but she rejected me on our first meeting because I didn't had deep pockets. Ladies and gentlemen, but never mind. I struggled hard, and in a struggle to get deep pockets, I met another girl. She said, hey boy, do you speak Arabic? Because I really like boys who speak Arabic. I said, yes darling, Batul Khala. She slapped me and said, proper Arabic, you idiot. And she left. Ladies and gentlemen, this time I was sitting along the roadside when this certain ill-mannered child came to me and said me, bro, are you a Lahori? I said, yes, I'm a Lahori. He said, bro, have you got yourself vaccinated? I said, not yet, kid. He said, then put the vaccine in donkey. Whole of the Lahore will be vaccinated. I also came with a backfire. I said him, open your mouth, child, will get whole of the Lahore vaccinated. He messed with the Lahori, so he took a bad decision of messing with the Lahori. So ladies and gentlemen, at last, but not the least, if you ever get into a fight with your wife, don't tolerate it. Don't ever tolerate it. Just pick up your sandal and run away. Change your mindset. Change your surroundings. Save yourself, save your future. I thank you all.
یہ تھے مشہود احمد جن کا تعلق UMT لاہور سے تھا. ناظرین ابھی ہمارے ساتھ 3 مقررین اور موجود ہیں لیکن یہاں پہ جائیں گے ہم ایک چھوٹے سے بریک پہ. ہمارے ساتھ رہیے. ویلکم بیک ناظرین اس مقابلے کی اگلی مقررہ ہیں شفق گلزار جن کا تعلق یونیورسٹی آف لاہور سے ہے اور ان کی تقریر کا عنوان ہے لیٹ دیئر بی ڈان. جی شفق گلزار.
Assalamu alaikum. I stood amongst the ashes of people burnt by their darkness, and I watched as their souls learned how to fear the light of dawn. In the light, there is no place to hide, no place to shield your imperfections. The fact that those around us seem blind to our vices provides us with a cloak of comfort. No one wants to venture into the darkness because no one's willing to brave the unknown for long enough to discover what's being hidden. Most people, when they're being honest with themselves, truly honest, are afraid to expose their flaws, safely hidden in the shadows of their darkness. There's more that you can get away with unseen in the blackness. With no illumination, there is no truth. No way to prove that what you think exists really does. With talk of nuclear warships, protest, missiles, murder, and mayhem in the streets of almost every country in the world, it leaves little to wonder why we are afraid of the light of dawn. Think of a country whose youth is largely uneducated and unemployed. Do you really believe that such a country can steer forth in the right direction? How will such a nation prosper if the leaders of tomorrow have barely any knowledge of how the world economy functions? Injustice prevails in our society, as the maximum number of verdicts declared by courts are essentially not helpful to the poor. In fact, the people in power gratify their self-centered interest and practically consider the people in public offices as their puppets. Sadly, we have fallen prey to the darkness in our hearts and have become selfish to such extent that we have not even spared our environment. Climate change has become such a burning issue these days. In an effort to make our lives luxurious, we have trampled the basic right of other animals to breathe fresh air. We may be called humans, but in fact, we are the most inhuman creatures to walk this earth because we are completely enshrouded by sinister evils. Presently, humankind merely wonders about the light while living in a dark abyss. We search out for flaws in others while constantly trying to remain oblivious to our own. Living in a constant state of denial has made us incapable of accepting our shortcomings. We have become such craven beings that we no longer have the courage to face the light of truth and let it permeate our hearts. So, ladies and gentlemen, we need to realize that only when we step out into the light can we see each other clearly, virtues and vices. So let there be dawn. Let there be dawn of courage. Let there be dawn of truth. Let there be dawn of love and care. Let there be dawn of hope. Let there be dawn of gratitude, enlightenment, and fraternity. Because there is no solemnity so deep to a right-thinking creature as that of dawn. We may have reverted to the darkness of old ages, but darkness, true darkness, is not the absence of light, but the conviction that the light will not return. So if we strengthen our resolve, then we can overcome our present plight. The shadows that creep our hearts will not be able to survive the sun of our hope. We need to be together, work together, think together. Only then we can break dawn after this long night of darkness. We may be living in the darkest hours of our lives, but we need to remember that the night is darkest just before the dawn. And if we work hard towards it, then dawn will definitely come. Thank you.
یہ تھیں شفق گلزار جن کا تعلق یونیورسٹی آف لاہور سے تھا اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 4 منٹ اور 12 سیکنڈ. اس مقابلے کی اگلی مقررہ ہیں انیکا منصور جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے ہے اور ان کی تقریر کا عنوان ہے اٹ آل اسٹارٹس ود اے بیڈ ڈیسیژن. جی انیکا.
Ladies and gentlemen, I might cough a little bit during my speech, but there is no need to panic. I just got myself tested yesterday and I'm not positive about the results. But have fun while you can. When I was born, since childhood I was told that I'm very funny, or maybe funny looking. I don't know. But it all started with a bad decision. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was born under weight, under pressure, and under rich. And since that point onwards, it's been the same. I was born in a middle class family. Middle class is just a fancy name for poor people with the fanciest phones. If my birth wasn't enough of a punishment, my family decided to invest all of their savings in my education. Another bad decision. They thought that I was some intelligent girl who would bring pride to their family. Little did they know I was completely the opposite. So they got me enrolled in a dream school. The children over there were rich, stylish, and ambitious. And then again there was me. My class teacher, however, was very hot-tempered. Ladies and gentlemen, she one day asked us to name something that has no purpose of existing. So I raised my hand and the teacher replied, yes, good example. Any other example? Ladies and gentlemen, she scolded me for having a bad handwriting. So one fine day I decided to become a surgeon. Another bad decision. One day before my surgery, I held my patient's hands and I said to her, Madam, I will give you the most beautiful scar. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, I gave her the most beautiful scar, but she did not live to see it. Then I decided to become an engineer. Another bad decision. I joined electrical engineering in Lahore. After 4 years of rigorous imprisonment, I was released. People usually get a shock when they find out what a bad electrician I am. Ladies and gentlemen, being born in Karachi was another bad decision by my parents. It took me 20 years to get out of there, emotionally. Otherwise, you could just take a bus. Emotionally is what takes time. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came to Lahore, my students, class fellows asked me, Anika, your Urdu doesn't sound like the people of Karachi. And I said, yes, I didn't talk to anyone for 20 years. Because when I listened to them, there was nothing exciting enough for me to contribute. I said they are doing enough damage by themselves. So I got out of Karachi, joined engineering. So my university life immediately started with a bad decision. I made a pact with my friends that we're only going to communicate in English. And therefore we never fought, because the only word that I knew was forgiveness. It was like I was Dalai Lama out of language barrier. And it's not even that I didn't know the words. I knew the words, I knew their meanings. That should be sufficient. But ladies and gentlemen, I wasn't raised that way, to intimidate others. My friends, on the other hand, use the words like aghast, dismayed, appalled. One day they even used the word flabbergasted. And I said, dude, you didn't have to bring all of this up. We were just talking, and I thought we were friends. They use this word for trivial stuff. For example, one day I went to the zoo and I was flabbergasted. Really? How did you come back alive then? And what has been happening in the zoo though, I have been to the zoo, I have never used that word. In fact, I've never used that word in my entire life, and it's not even that my life is any boring or anything. So for example, one day I failed my exams, I was simply surprised. Maybe, just maybe, my family was flabbergasted, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, then I made another bad decision. I started overthinking about people. One day I thought, what if Peter Parker was bad at parking? What if Ariana Grande liked Civic? What if Neil Armstrong never really had strong arms? What if Vin Diesel preferred petrol? Ladies and gentlemen, to remove all of these self-doubts, I decided to learn to play violin. Another bad decision indeed. Learning violin was extremely hard. And one day I got frustrated and I slapped my violin. The next day I got arrested for domestic violence. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout my speech, it has been about bad decisions. But you know what a good decision would be? Becoming the host of this competition. You know what I'll do if I became the host of this competition? I'll bring a few changes around here. For example, this podium, a bit broken, will be changed. This set, a bit small, will be changed. And definitely. Thank you.
یہ تھیں انیکا منصور جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے تھا، اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 4 منٹ اور 40 سیکنڈ. ہمارے اس مقابلے کے آخری مقرر ہیں عبداللہ سلطان عربی، جن کا تعلق بھی گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے ہے، اور ان کی تقریر کا عنوان ہے لیٹ دا مسلمز کل دا مسلمز. جی عبداللہ.
Hold my hand and let me take you on a promenade of realities. Hold my hand and let me take you on a trip to Fate's Museum. Hold my hand and let me take you on a journey that will haunt your wistful slumbers, that will destroy your forsaken moralities and will remain in your conscience forever. For today, I shall open your eyes to the darkest nightmares of our very existence. So bear with me, because what is left are the darkest corridors of history, whispering some bitter taunts. What is left are the ugly and scarred faces of humanity, laughing at the comedy of civilization. So here I am, standing in the sanctity of this podium, asking the bloodiest of questions, the question of why. Why in a state which was built on the principles of religion are people being killed and tortured in the name of religion? Why in a world where the followers of a religion that preaches brotherhood witness the killings of Muslims and remain silent? Why in a society, ladies and gentlemen, where little boys are sent to schools to receive holy education but are dealt with rape, brutality and murder at the hands of false clerics? Why in a state which claims to preserve the honor of women are daughters like Asma and Zainab brutally raped, murdered and dumped to trash? I ask the question, why, ladies and gentlemen? Why? I ask the question, why, ladies and gentlemen? Why? The question of why has been raised time and again. It will create loops in the air and will come back to me again. For it holds me accountable for the bloodiest miseries inflicted upon my Muslim brothers and sisters. We have always sacrificed our Muslim brothers and sisters for our trivial national interest. My Lord, silence in the time of crisis is a sin. And the irony is, whenever the oppression takes place, you choose to remain silent and deny your presence. Your silence tells your presence. So come and see through my lens. When you saw your Muslim brothers and sisters being dragged in the streets of Delhi and Mumbai, you remained silent, but your presence was noted. When you saw your Muslim brethren being dragged and shot with pellets in the streets of Kashmir, yet you comfort the enemy with the highest civil award. You remained silent, but your presence was noted. When you saw the blood of Hazara minorities got spilled by your armed national heroes, you remained silent, but your presence was noted. When you saw Mashal Khan brutally murdered in open daylight by the men of God who defy the will of God, and in the name of God, you remained silent, but your presence was noted. These all irredeemable examples of history have compelled me to say that yes, let the Muslims kill the Muslims. Let the Muslims kill the Muslims. Ladies and gentlemen, decades have passed, and every single night we have slept silent. So wake up for the sake of Muslim minorities whose voices have been drowned out by the politics of greed before it is too late to even speak. So wake up. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, wake up. I thank you.
یہ تھے عبداللہ سلطان عربی جن کا تعلق گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی لاہور سے تھا اور ان کی تقریر کا دورانیہ تھا 3 منٹ اور 56 سیکنڈ. ناظرین یہاں پہ ہمارا یہ مقابلہ اختتام پذیر ہوا. میں اپنے منصفین سے درخواست کرتا ہوں کہ وہ نتائج مرتب کریں. تب تک ہم جائیں گے ایک چھوٹے سے بریک پہ. ہمارے ساتھ رہیے گا. ویلکم بیک ناظرین آج کے اس کانٹے دار مقابلے کے نتائج مرتب ہو چکے ہیں. بڑھتے چلتے ہیں اپنے منصفین کی جانب. سب سے پہلے جائیں گے ہم علی ارشد بھائی کی جانب. علی ارشد بھائی بتائیے گا کہ جو یہ مقابلہ ہے یہ کیسا رہا آج کا مقابلہ, اور آپ اوورآل اس مقابلے کو کس طرح ریٹ کرتے ہیں باقی جو ٹی وی سکرینز پر جو مقابلہ جات ہوئے ہیں ان کے ساتھ, اور پہلی دفعہ تاریخ میں انگلش کا ڈیکلیمیشن ہوا ہے ٹی وی سکرین پر, اس کو آپ کس طرح دیکھتے ہیں؟
رزین, جیسے آپ نے مجھے پہلے ہی کہہ دیا کہ آج کا مقابلہ کانٹے دار تھا, تو واقعی ایک کانٹے دار مقابلہ ہمیں دیکھنے کو ملا. فہد صاحب اور میں, ہم لوگوں نے کافی مل کے پہلے بھی مقابلے جج کیے ہیں اور اس میں بھی کمپٹیشن اس لیول کا نہیں تھا, کیونکہ اس مقابلے کی خوبصورتی ہی یہ تھی کہ بہت فائن سپیکر پچھلے راؤنڈ سے چن کے آگے آتے گئے, اور جو پچھلے راؤنڈ ہوئے ان میں سے جو ٹاپ 6 سپیکر آئے انگلش کے اندر, یہ بہت بڑی کامیابی ہے اسٹار ایشیا کی. ان لوگوں نے پہلی دفعہ ایک اتنا بڑا انیشیٹو لیا جو کہ نیشنل ٹی وی چینلز کو لینا چاہیے تھا, مگر اسٹار ایشیا جیسے بڑے چینل نے ایک انیشیٹو لیا اور اس کو پورا بھی کیا. ایک پورا کمپٹیشن آج ختم ہو رہا ہے اور میں اس کی پوری مبارکباد آپ کو بھی دوں گا, پروڈیوسر صاحب کو بھی دوں گا اور پوری مینجمنٹ کو دوں گا جنہوں نے اس ایونٹ کو کامیاب بنایا. اب آج کے مقابلے کی طرف دیکھیں تو بہترین یونیورسٹیز کے بہترین سپیکرز کا مقابلہ ہوا, اور آج ہمیں ڈیسیجن بناتے بھی فہد صاحب کے ساتھ ہم ڈسکس کر رہے تھے کہ ہمیں مشکل آئی کہ ہم کس کو فرسٹ کریں کس کو سیکنڈ کریں, کیونکہ بہت کلوز مقابلہ تھا اور 6 کے 6 سپیکرز نے بہت محنت کے ساتھ آئے اور بہت اچھا بولے. تو میں بڑا شکر گزار ہوں اسٹار ایشیا کا جنہوں نے انگلش ڈیکلیمیشن کو جگہ دی, کیونکہ ہم دیکھتے آ رہے تھے کہ اردو کے تو مقابلہ جات ہو رہے تھے مگر انگلش کے مقابلے بھی ہونے شروع ہو گئے.
وہ مقابلہ جات بھی ایسے تھے کہ جنہوں نے زندگی میں تقریر کا نام بھی نہیں سنا ہوگا وہ تمام لوگ وہاں پہ ججز.
ایگزیکٹلی یہ بھی مسئلہ آ رہا تھا کہ وہاں پہ جو جج بیٹھ رہے تھے وہ خود اسپیکر نہیں تھے, اور آج کے مقابلے یا اسٹار ایشیا کے جو مقابلے ہوئے جس کے اوپر ایک پراپر ایک اسکیم کے تحت جو اسپیکر تھے جو آلریڈی بول چکے تھے, جو جن لوگوں نے پہلے پارٹیسپیٹ کر چکے ہیں, جو اس فن کو جانتے ہیں, ان لوگوں نے اس مقابلے کو جج کیا. اور آج مجھے خوشی ہوئی کہ 6 کے جو اسپیکر آج آئے وہ بہترین اسپیکر پہلے سے نکھر کے اپنے اچھے کانٹینٹ کے ساتھ آج اسپیچ کی اور بہت اچھا مقابلہ دیکھنے کو ملا.
بہت شکریہ علی بھائی. اچھا بڑھتے چلتے ہیں ہمارے جو آج کے چیف ایڈجوڈیکیٹر ہیں فہد وسیم بھائی. فہد بھائی بتائیے گا وہی سوال کہ یہ مقابلہ کیسا رہا آج کا, اور باقی مقابلوں سے کس طرح ریٹ کرتے ہیں, اور پاکستان کی تاریخ میں پہلی مرتبہ جو ہے وہ ٹی وی سکرین پہ انگلش کا مقابلہ ہوا ہے, اس کے بارے میں جو ہے وہ ہمارے ناظرین کو تھوڑا سا جو ہے وہ آگاہ کریں.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. رازین یار آج آپ نے نا ہمیں بہت ہی مشکل سچویشن میں ڈال دیا، کیونکہ جو آپ کے پارٹیسپینٹس تھے نا انہوں نے ہمیں کافی ٹف ٹائم دیا، اور میں انتہائی خوش ہوں کہ انگلش ڈیکلیمیشن کو میں نے ایک چینل کے اوپر اس طرح سے ایک اس کی نرشمنٹ ہوتے آج دیکھ لیا، اور انشاءاللہ یہ ایک روایت جو آپ نے قائم کی ہے یہ آگے چلے گی اور آگے مزید بہتر ہوگی اور آپ کی پوری ٹیم اسٹار ایشیا کا اس کو کریڈٹ دینا چاہیے. میں پہلے بھی آپ کے ساتھ ایک راؤنڈ میں رہا تھا، لیکن مجھے اندازہ نہیں تھا کہ فائنل راؤنڈ اتنا ٹف ہونے والا. تو بڑا بہترین مقابلہ رہا ہے اور مجھے آج دل پہ پتھر رکھ کے ریزلٹس اناؤنس کرنے پڑیں گے، کیونکہ بہت کلوز مارجنس کے اوپر، لیکن ایونچولی ان دی اینڈ وی ہیو ٹو ڈکلیئر اے ونر ایز ویل. تو چلتے ہیں آپ ریزلٹس کی
فہد
طرف.
بھائی نتائج کی طرف تو ہم بڑھ رہے ہیں، لیکن میں آپ سے ایک چھوٹی سی درخواست کروں گا
جی جی
کہ اگر ہم نیچے سے اوپر کی طرف آئیں گے تو وہ زیادہ بہتر ہوگا.
ہاں ٹھیک ہے. چونکہ مقابلہ بہت زیادہ رزین سخت رہا ہے تو ہم نے پھر ایک کانسولیشن پرائز بھی دی ہے، اور یہ ہیں انیکا منصور گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی سے، جن کو ہم کانسولیشن پرائز دے رہے ہیں. تھرڈ پوزیشن ملی ہے عبداللہ سلطان گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی کو. سیکنڈ پوزیشن پہ سائم دورانی ہے یونیورسٹی آف لاہور کے، اور آج کی جو ونر ہیں زینب طلعت فرام گورنمنٹ کالج یونیورسٹی. تو میں سارے ان ونرس کو، سب پارٹیسپینٹس کو مبارکباد دیتا ہوں، اینڈ جن کی پوزیشن نہیں آئی ہے ابھی ہم انہیں کرٹیک دیں گے، انہیں بتائیں گے کہ کن وجوہات کی وجہ سے آج وہ پوزیشن نہیں لے پائے ہیں. لیکن کمپیٹس اپنے بہت بہترین کیا اور ہم نے آج انجوائے کیا بیسیکلی ایونٹ کو، بور نہیں ہونے دیا آپ نے.
ٹھیک ہے، بہت شکریہ آپ دونوں لوگوں نے وقت نکالا اور یہاں پہ تشریف لائے. ناظرین کل اردو کے فائنل کے ساتھ آپ سے ملاقات ہوگی، تب تک مجھے دیجیے اجازت. اللہ حافظ. پاکستان زندہ باد.